Today I'm going to be breaking down the absolute best defense in Madden 21 to shut down the pass, shut down the run, and to blitz out of. I'm going to show you all 3 different ways to use this formation, the nickel 3-3-5 wide, so make sure you don't skip around or dip out early because you're going to miss some important information. Now I'm in the 4-6 playbook, but I will pop up on the screen every playbook that this formation is found in so that you know exactly where you can go find this form. Now, we also got to go to our coaching adjustments, very important before we get into anything. You want to go to your zone drops for your curl flats. You want to set them to 20 yards. I feel like that is the best thing to do with this coaching adjustment. If you don't do this, this defense will not be nearly as good. Now we're going to go again to the nickel 3-3-5. The 2 main plays we're going to be focusing on are the Mike Blitz 3 in the middle of the play call screen here, and then the Mike Blitz 0 in the middle here, which is basically just the man cover 0 version of the same blitz. But first, we're going to use Mike Blitz 3. Another thing you want to make sure, you want your fastest, best user safety at the middle linebacker. So Isaiah Simmons is perfect for that. If you're an ultimate team, you can pick whoever you want, probably be Isaiah Simmons, but whoever, if you play regular teams, whoever your fastest safety is, that's who you want there. It's going to make the play that much better. So we're going to come out in the Mike Blitz 3. The setup will be in the description, but we're going to cover it one time briefly. So first thing you want to do is you want to press your defense. Wire triangle down on the left stick to press. Then you want to shade up because you don't want to get beat over the top by like a quick streak off the line. You want your deep zones to bail out and not try to press. So to shade over top, you press wire triangle and then up on the right stick. Now they will bail out. The next thing that's most important are your outside linebackers. Here we have Golden, and on this side we have Reddick. You want to put them in the hard flat. So the best way to do that, in my opinion, you go to Golden, you press A or X depending on which system you're on, and then you can see in the bottom left hand corner the hard flat is left on the left stick. Now you just press the B or circle button a couple times, and now you're already on your other linebacker, and you just do the same thing, A or X, and then left on the left stick. Now you have 2 hard flats. Now what happens here is we have Mabel coverage on both sides of the field, meaning hard flats are taken away by those outside linebackers, but those curl flat zones that we've set to drop 20 yards, they're going to take away deep corners, deep out routes, things like that. The whole sideline's locked up, and then we have 3 deep zones covering the deep area of the field. Now the last thing you need to do for your setup is you do need to shift your defensive line for the best results. You want to shift it to the wide side of the field. Now right here we're in the middle of the field, so we can literally shift it right or left, but say the ball was on the right hash mark, we would shift the line left by pressing left on the D-pad, left on the left stick, and then if we were on the left hash, we would just do vice versa and shift it the opposite way. Now this hook curl from the defensive end is going to do a really good job at dropping over the middle. If you want to sub like a linebacker in here, perhaps that could be even better for coverage, and he's going to take away things over the short middle. Now here, we're going to leave 2 people rushing, these guys, and they're going to get decent pressure most of the time, which they shouldn't, but that's just how this game plays. You want to leave your user blitzing because for 2 things. When we do user blitz, it's just going to make it faster, and then when you user in coverage with this guy, when you have your linebacker or your safety blitzing, they just cover ground faster. It's just a weird thing in the game, so that's just what it is. So when they hike the ball, you're going to step forward a couple steps, and then you're going to drop back, and you're going to just try to cover things over the middle, and you can see there is nothing open. Everything is literally blanketed. We actually didn't get good pressure there, which is honestly very rare for this defense, but it's okay because we're simply rushing 2 people. It doesn't matter. So let's do it again. We press, we shade over top, we can shift our line to the left, and then we go ahead, drop these guys back. We're already set up. You can set it up quickly. It's going to take practice if you're not good with doing fast adjustments. You're just going to have to practice it, but you can set this up well before your opponent can hike the ball. Plenty of people online do it. So here again, we snap the ball, we're dropping back. You can see nothing's open, and we're getting actually horrible pass rush right now, but it doesn't matter because literally everything's locked up. You will see in game though, more times than not, those 2 players are going to rush like crazy. It's honestly, it's not fair. It doesn't make sense at all. And honestly, these 2 guys we have right here aren't good pass rushers. Typically, you want your best 2 pass rushers right here that you can put in those spots. Right now, we don't have that, but you know, just for the sake of showing you how to set the defense up, you know, you can see what's going on here. Nothing's open. It doesn't even matter. They can have all day, and if they try to scramble, you know, we can click the right stick in, and you can see how this guy is now blitzing the guy number 96. We can just blitz him in if a fast QB starts scrambling, so you want to put a faster guy there as well. Now, This is the coverage style defense, but now let's show the blitz. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to shade or press. You're going to shade over the top. You're going to shift your defensive line, but now this is where you're going to change it. You're going to crash your defensive line out now because we want to blitz, which is left on the D-pad and then up on the right stick. Now you can see we have 6 people blitzing. We don't need to drop those outside linebackers in the zone anymore because we want to rush 6. And just like every other play, as our user kind of takes a step forward because he's blitzing and then we drop back, this time we're just going to run clean through. Now you always want to be standing on the opposite side of where you shift the line. So if you shift the line left, you want your user to be on the right. If we were shifting our line to the right side, we would have our user standing about right here. That's just for the best results. That's how it works. So now this time you can see we can come shoot straight through with our user. Isaiah Simmons is fast. They have no idea what hit them. After you've been hitting them with 9 people in coverage every play, they're not ready for that. They're not blocking anybody. They're not keeping anybody in. And if you can just like inch your guy forward every play like this, then you can like even time it better to where you get that running start. You can go ahead, dive at the QB. You're going to take most guys down if you have a fast safety. This is what's so good about this play. Now we can also switch up to the man version. Now I kind of like to go with the man version when I want to blitz, just because every receiver is accounted for. So it would be the same setup. You press, you shade over the top, you shift your defensive line to the wide side, you crash them out. It's the same setup, but here at least everybody's quickly accounted for. And if you really believe that they're not blocking their running back and that you can just get through quickly, then you don't even need to shade over top. The press will actually help you to delay the receivers here, but that's only if you're like really pulling it out and you're so sure that they're not going to block a running back. That way you don't have to really worry about getting beat over the top. So you can see here, man, everybody's accounted for, and we're coming through. Now, yes, if they were to block a running back, let's say, we'll go to the Mike blitz here. It's just a different look. Most people run the zone version, but it is just a different look. If they block the running back, you're going to be able to tell. That's why it's good to start a little bit further back, because now what we can do is, okay, I see the running backs blocking, I'll just drop back now. I don't have to rush. I can block back, everybody's accounted for. I'm just going to be a robber over the middle of the field, and we still have 5 guys rushing. The pressure is going to get there quick. So that is how you use the pass style out of this defense. It's really, really good. If you want to know even more about this particular formation, huddle.gg has an entire breakdown on it. I'm affiliated with them, so link is below. It does help support the channel, but it can take the defense to an even higher level. They have an entire game plan based just around this defense alone that can really take your game to the next level. But this stuff alone right here is really good. Now let's talk about stopping the run or just under center formations in general. We're going to pretty much use it almost the same. So let's take like strong close, for example. A lot of people like to run strong close this year. Now, let's say you're dealing with a passer, right? You're dealing with a passer under center. You know, someone that doesn't run nearly as much, but they want to do a lot of the passes, try to hit the deep bombs, and they're sending a lot of people out. You can really do it the same way. You press, you shade over top, you shift your defensive line to the wide side. You go ahead and you drop your guys back into hard flats, and you just basically do the same thing here. You know what I'm saying? You can just cover the field, cover everything. You know, if they try to throw at you, you try to get there, get a pick. I can't get it because I'm using 2 controllers, so it's hard to react. But when people like to pass under center, I honestly like to just blitz them a lot, especially if they're sending a lot of people out, just because they're not in shotgun, so it's even easier to get to them. If they're sending everybody out, I mean, like you're just running right through here. There's no shot, right? But if they are going to run the ball a lot more, then another thing you want to try to mix in here if they're running the ball is I like to use the man version against the run. Basically, same thing. I press, I shade over top, but then what most people like to do is they go ahead and they put their safeties in spies. So you do A or X, and then you can see QB spy is left on the right stick. We jump to the other safety, same thing. And the spies just kind of help play the run a little bit better. We're going to try to manually get in here and shoot the gap like so. You can see we're back there, but our safeties are garnering the attention of the offensive line so they can get in there and help stop the run. The blockers try to get upfield to attack them, which frees us up to run through, or if we get picked up, the safeties come down and they can muddy it up. So that's how you want to use this to stop the run. Still very similar. There's just that extra potential adjustment if you want to get a little riskier and sell out for the run to put your safeties into spies. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, as always, like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell icon on so that you don't miss any of these important uploads in the future. And as always, I will see you guys next time.